Good evening, and welcome to Storytime with Blimp. Tonight's cryptid comes right out of Perry County, Illinois, in Pyramid State Park. I am your host, Blimp, team leader for the Southern Illinois Monster Hunters team. Tonight's cryptid is the Stump Pond Serpent. Started off by saying hello, everybody, and good evening. Let's get right down to business. Let's talk about the Stump Pond Serpent. First reported in 1879 up until 1968. Midwesterners love to hunt and fish, and this is especially true in the forests and lakes of southern Illinois. Between 1879 and 1968, nearly a 90-year period, fishermen in Perry County spun yarns about a serpent that dwelled in the murky waters of Stump Pond inside Pyramid State Park. The creature was described as having a thick green body with black fins. It was large enough to rock boats. Some fishermen encountered it more than once and speculated that there must be a breeding population. Unfortunately, none was ever caught. No one ever caught the alleged serpent, and when the lake was partially drained in 1968, locals discovered catfish that weighed over 30 pounds. It is possible that the Stump Pond Serpent was a giant catfish, which have been known to grow to the size of a small child. In 2005, Mississippi River. Pyramid State Recreation Area consists of land formerly owned by a coal mining company for strip mining. Now, I see people jumping on tonight talking about the Stump Pond Serpent. This creature I found out very recently. It was first handed to me whenever I was doing research to look at new cryptids to go after, along with other creatures like the infield horror, the Tuttle Bob's monster that you've heard me do in previous story times. And this one stuck out because this is the one water monster that I'd heard in the recent years that stuck out to me. Now, there's been reports of giant snakes this far north for as long as I can remember. I've read reports of them being up north, farmers finding giant snakes like pythons laying in the lofts of their barn, but I never heard of one that was primarily a water dweller. But with the cold snaps that happen here in southern Illinois, I wouldn't have been surprised at a creature like this not been able to survive the harsh winter. But in July 1882, coal miners reported a serpent that was 12 foot long at the pond. Now, I have seen Stump Pond before. Whenever we go through there with work, it's a very, I wouldn't say big, but it is relatively large. Like I said, it used to be in Pyramid State Park, used to be for coal strip mining company, that they turned it into a state recreation area for fishing. And it's a very weird looking setup and everything. I mean, there's the beaver pond. A lot of it's used for only day fishing anymore. Some people, but like I say, people were seeing something in Stump Pond between 1879 and 1968. Now, whether it was a giant catfish, that's still yet to be confirmed. But there's still reports I find to this day of people seeing something rocking the boat, seeing something break the surface. But here's another report that I just found. Strange creatures and monsters are common in southern Illinois. One of the oldest stories was first reported from Stump Pond. In 1879, a man was fishing from his boat on Stump Pond, and when he noticed a very large submerged object was plowing through the water. The object came so close to the boat, the waves from it actually rocked the boat. The man was so frightened that he paddled to the shore as fast as he could. He swore that he would never go boating alone in the evening at the pond. In July 1880, two coal miners reported a serpent that was 12 foot long at the pond. They said it was a dark green color and had a body as large as a telephone pole. The serpent was a ways out in the lake and headed straight for them. The miners did not stick around for its arrival, though. Throughout the years, there were sporadic reports of the pond monster. Finally, in 1968, Stump Pond was partially drained. Electric probes were placed in the water to stun the fish. Interested onlookers lined the banks of the pond, hoping to catch a glimpse of the fabled monster at last. To everyone's disappointment, the largest fish to float to the top of the water only weighed about 30 pounds. Despite a lack of evidence, many of the witnesses stuck to their stories. One witness, Alan Dunmeyer, stated, "I was in my boat fishing for bass when it happened. Something came up from the bottom, struck the boat underneath so hard I nearly tipped over." According to Dunmeyer, there is more than one monster in the pond. He had reported that he had seen them so near the surface that their dorsal fins were sticking out of the water. Other witnesses report seeing what appeared to be alligators. Article copyright by Bruce L. Klein, 2014. Now, they say it had dorsal fins. That points me to a fish. What would it fit? And they say that they didn't find it. If it's a serpent, then it would be showing up on land. But they're saying it's primarily in the water. That's where all the reports happen. So I'm wondering if not, it's just a case of misidentification. But I'm getting to the end of the show. Before I jump off, I want to give a shout out to my folks that's listened in tonight. Ms. Bianca Hernandez, Emily Ann Emery, Michael Kelly, Brockton Williams, Brandy Davis, Jilly Truitt, Michael Smock, Ellen Prince, Donald Trussell, Matthew Andrew Clark, Daniel James Burt, Bobcat Wong, and Macy Johnson. I thank everybody for tuning in tonight for this special late night edition of Storytime with Blimp on the Stump Pond Serpent. Give a couple of announcements. The third annual Bigfoot Campout, Blimp's Bigfoot Campout, is scheduled for August 31st through September 3rd, Labor Day weekend of this year. It's going to be right here on my farm. Everybody's welcome to come out. It's no charge to show up. Only thing that I ask is that you come and you help with the firewood a little bit. You are responsible for your tent. You're responsible for the tent that you're sleeping in, your equipment that you bring in, your food, your clothes, your water, whatever you're going to be drinking. You're welcome to bring out any kind of like night vision, thermal, set up your trail cameras for the time that we're out. You're more than welcome to do that. I'll be giving more updates as they come. It's on the calendar for the Bigfoot Portal on BigfootPortal.com. They put it up today. So if you're interested, check it out. It's on the new name of the page is now just Southern Illinois Monster Hunters on Facebook. Look us up. It's in our event listing. If you're going to come out, interact with us. If you have questions or um, or a report to turn in to us, send us a message. We'd be glad to hear from you. And most of the time, you're talking directly to me. I answer all the messages personally. So uh, be sure to check out uh, tomorrow night on Squat Zone ECBRO YouTube channel. We will probably be doing a live podcast tomorrow night. You guys are more than welcome to tune in for that. I will be on the panel. So, oh boy. Well, everybody, I thank you for tuning in for Story Time with Blimp tonight. I know I'm a day late, but I will be back. Tomorrow night I'll be taking off so that way I can focus on the podcast. And if there ain't a podcast, I'll be doing another episode tomorrow night. So, everybody, have a very good night. If you have a report you'd like to turn in to me or a creature that you would like for me to go and do a special story time on for your respective state, be sure to comment it. I read every single comment that is sent in on my live chats. Um, if you have any other kind of creatures, I already have two creatures lined up. Spring-heeled Jack from Victorian era England. The Navajo Skinwalker is in the works. Thanks to Rich Daniels and my buddy Dale Yetzer. Your creatures have been submitted, and I'm working on doing my research to bring a story time about them. But until then, keep a wary eye out, keep your ears to the wind, and your nose to the ground. This is Blimp signing off. Have a good night, everybody, and happy Groundhog Day.